As a writer, I've always been fascinated by myths and folklore, particularly local legends that tell you something about a place. So when I heard about something strange happening in Hull, these mysterious crates being dug up from under the ground and inside one of them an ancient gold artefact, it seemed to me like the start of a new piece of folklore, the kind of thing that will become a myth in years to come, and that doesn't happen that often. So I thought I'd better get down there and see what was going on. So I'm travelling to Kingston upon Hull in East Yorkshire to find out more about this almost forgotten part of the city's cultural history. Coming to Hull makes me think of William Wilberforce, Amy Johnson, and, of course, as a poet, this man, Philip Larkin. But I'm not here to meet Hull's most famous librarian, I'm here to sniff out a different story. The story goes like this. When the Bransholme estate was being built in 1967, one of the builders discovered a strange gold object that looked like a ginger root, roughly in the shape of a warty nose. It went missing for 50 years, but the gold nose of green ginger was rediscovered in May 2017 by the Green Ginger Fellowship. Many believe that the gold nose of green ginger brings good luck. And now it's making a visit back to Bransholme with the hope that it will bring luck to the residents there. And there it is, the gold nose of green ginger itself. As the gold nose and the procession carrying it make their way into the shopping centre, they're greeted with a mixed reaction. I get the feeling that its arrival is news to most of the shoppers, but it certainly draws a crowd.
What was that box found, wasn't it? Whole from under green ginger, full of noses. So it's all to do with the mystery of Land of Green Ginger. Yeah.
Well, it's remarkable to be here at something that feels so kind of mythic. There's this mysterious artefact suddenly in the surroundings of like a modern shopping centre.
I've lived in Hull all my life and I didn't know. And I tried to keep up to date with everything, but no, I didn't. It's amazing.
I don't know if it's true, whether they tell a story.
What kind of stories have you been told?
Well, just what they tell you here, that they found it when they was digging the foundations.
It's questions and answers. There's no answers, is there? Ask a question.
The tale behind it is definitely intriguing.
How much do you know about the story behind it?
What I've read in the local paper.
Oh, really?
That it was supposedly found somewhere in the Land of Green Ginger. It's got some connection to Bransholme. Nobody knows anything else much about it apart from that. And it supposedly is gold, although it doesn't look gold in the slightest.
I'm fascinated with it because I'd like to know more about it. I don't think it's really mystical, how it's been out of sight for all these years and all of a sudden it's come back.
Did you come here today particularly to find this, or have you just kind of stumbled across it?
Just came in,
It was like I was meant to. I just walked past and I thought, oh, what's that? It's like I was meant to.
They didn't know it was here. That was a real surprise. We were just coming shopping, weren't we? You thought. I knew the gold nose was here.
Walking on that corner, I thought, where is it? And it's just a little manual thing, isn't it? But I'm thinking of weighing it in.
When you look at it, how does it make you feel?
Really relaxed. It's quite magical.
Okay.
Quite mystical.
It's drawn my attention. It's definitely drawn his attention.
Yeah.
It can capture children's attention, and it
Yeah.
must be interesting. It must be, must be something magical about it.
The Nose is being hosted in the North Point Shopping Centre by the archaeological organisation that confirmed its rediscovery, the Green Ginger Fellowship, who have set up this space in an unused shop for local people to see the nose, spend time with it, and to really understand this forgotten part of their history. In charge of the nose in its time on Bransholme is the Nose Guardian, Jade, whose job it is to protect the nose and tell people its story.
So this space is basically a celebratory space. We're celebrating the nose coming back to its origin,
And we're just educating people of Bransholme about this artefact really. But what many people do believe is that it brings you good luck. So we've brought it back to Bransholme in the hope that this object brings good luck to Bransholme and its people.
In her role as Nose Guardian, Jade and her assistants take visitors on tours of the nose space. Jade took me on a tour to give me the full experience.
This is a room for people to come in and reflect, maybe tell a secret to the nose. Can you hear the breathing at the moment?
Give me a moment.
Oh, that's the magic sound there, so that you're very privileged to hear that someone's wish has just
some
been
wish
granted.
Somewhere has just been granted.
Some wish somewhere in the world has just been granted. That's what people are saying that this sound represents. So
I should have got
you
in
are
sooner
very
and made a wish. That could have been my wish.
It could have been your wish. You can still make a wish. That's all part of it. So if you want to come out of the secret pocket, we can go over to the wish-making station. But we'll first go and see the gold nose in reality. It is a lot smaller than it appears.
Yeah, it's smaller than I expected.
Yeah.
I thought it was a giant nose from a kind of 50-foot tall statue or something.
At the moment, archaeologists still don't know what it is, where it came from, what it was used for, how it ended up in Bransholme, and for all we know, we could have it on display upside down. But what many people do believe is that it does bring you good luck, as I was saying earlier. So I'll leave you to reflect on that now and for you to write your wish. You can either post it personally, or you can fold it up and give it to me and I'll post it for you. And then we'll have a little chat around the front when you're done.
Okay, this is going to take some thought.
Best of luck.
Okay, here goes nothing. I was pleased to see how many people came to see the nose on its first day. You've just been in to have a look at it. What did you think?
I think it's brilliant. You'd never expect anything to be found in this kind of area as beautiful as that. Yeah.
At first we thought it was like a replica, but it's actually like a real one. I was like, whoa, it's a real one.
Did everyone make a wish?
Oh well, yeah, I think about 3 or 4 times. So.
Oh wow, okay. Do you feel like they'll come true?
I hope so. I put mine as well, so...
Fantastic. Either of you two make a wish as well?
No, as I say, we both felt that there's something
more
in
sceptical.
it. But yeah, a little bit more sceptical is a good way of putting it, yeah.
Do you think it's magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely?
Just because of the colour and the shine.
Did either of you make a wish?
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you think your wish will come true?
Yeah.
Oh no, can I make a wish?
Oh yeah, it grants wishes. That's what I'm told anyway.
Oh, I'm going to go make a wish.
Oh yeah, go do so.
I cried after.
Oh, did it feel like it might work though? Is there a kind of magical atmosphere? You've got to have faith in the nose, I suppose.
Well, put it this way, if it does come true, it'll be a wish upon a star that I've made millions and millions of times.
The nose was everything I hoped it would be. Strange, mysterious, and seemingly capturing the imagination of the people of Bransholme. But where did it come from? Theories abound.
People have been saying that there used to be a monastery in Bransholme, so it might be related to monks. Some people suggested that maybe a member of royalty or an important figure got the plague and lost their nose and had this made. So yeah, there's lots of different theories that the public are coming up with as well as to what this object is and how it ended up here.
I think it come from, in the 18th, early 19th century when all this was like smuggling and things like that.
Maybe like somebody wore it as like a decoration.
Years ago there was people living here that it was sacred to them or something, a symbol.
Maybe a pirate had it one time and then they dropped it in the ocean.
They say it was originally found in Egypt. It used to grant kings miracles and things like that.
Maybe it's a hard disfigurement or it's some sort of, when doing a play, something like that kind of thing.
Mythic beasts. That's where it came from.
I think that it was the Emperor Roman's nose, what they chopped off before he died. So it's a treasured memory and then the builders found it while they were building. It's a witch's nose. It's been found in grounded like turned into gold.
It's a nose made for a pharaoh, buried.
Yeah, burial chamber.
And then somebody's ransacked it, and then they've taken the nose and they've smuggled the nose into Hull via crates of ginger.
The Gold Nose was on display for 9 weeks in Bransholme, and during that time there were a number of events and activities that took place. From afternoon tea to story time and lunchtime concerts.
We've done the nose flute things. We made pom-poms, we made nose badges, then like nose brooches.
We have nice talks, don't we, when you come
yes,
in?
I like coming in here, I like to see Jade.
We have a cup of tea, don't we? Yeah.
And Natter and watch all the kids driving us mad.
Yeah. My nephew is fascinated with it, he loves it. He likes coming in to make wishes and much. He's even said that he's heard it breathe.
We like go home and Mackenzie will, tell me all about it, and he actually helps out, gives leaflets out and that, and goes to the back with people, and so it shows them where the nose is.
Just nice to escape shopping as well, and come and see friendly faces.
Superb. Yeah. Superb. Well, even for great grandparents. Pretty good. We enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it. I love to be happy. I don't like to be sad.
When I'm at home, I'm bored. It makes you feel different. It's the best thing that happened this.
We've had many people coming back and telling us of wishes coming true. Young girls getting puppies, we've had families reuniting after decades of not speaking, people's pain going away, we've had a few lottery wins, we've had a really big bingo win. A lot of wishes coming true in the past 2-3 weeks.
I did put my wish in the box and I asked for some money to pay my bills, and then literally like a minute later I got that phone call and it was my mum saying she's got a little job for me.
Oh, nice.
That was true. Like literally 30 seconds after I put it in the box I got a phone call saying I've got a little job for you.
That's a really quick acting wish.
I did a wish on the Monday and it on the Wednesday and it come true by the Friday.
I've made 6 wishes and they've all come true.
Not only is the Nose granting wishes, it seems to have developed a following, with a number of people visiting the Nose space regularly, some daily. It seems the Nose is even creating a community of friends. So tell me about some of your regulars, some of the people who keep coming back.
Well, we have regulars of all ages. There are about 100 that come in every single day, and I've made a lot of very good friends and really amazing, interesting people, which has been fascinating.
My nose is broken like the first morning. You have to sing it as well.
I've got to sing it as well. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise to the angels,
is my friend.
Praise to the morning. God in creation welcomes the world. We don't want to break the notes, do we? So we're going to make sure it's nice and strong.
One activity that people could get involved with was to have their nose cast by Jade.
Wow, what a nose, look at that.
The nose casting proved popular with the regulars, and to some extent made me feel that the Nose had really stirred something in Bransholme. And with the Nose's stay only being a temporary one, people were starting to worry about its departure and what it would mean for the community that had built up around it.
There'll be nothing to do in centre for us, like people my age, and it'll be just sad for it to go.
I'll be sorry when they've gone.
Yeah.
In preparing for the Nose's send-off, people seemed sad to see the Nose go, but determined to give it a proper goodbye as it left Bransholme for its new home at the Hull History Centre. A crowd gathered to say goodbye to the Nose as we headed out to the front of the shopping centre to await the arrival of some special guests.
Santa, Bonnie Jade,
potters.
Funny. The Golden Man.
Then the nose was carried away to its new home, and we followers caught the bus.
The nose is here at the History Centre as part of your heritage and the history of your community, and we shall be very pleased to welcome here anyone who wants to see it and make a wish.
I think loads of us are going to miss it because we all looked up to it and we all like looking at it and stuff.
It is quite upsetting because obviously I'm not going to see the people that I saw every day.
I don't want that actually because every time I'm going to walk past that I'm going to be like, I really wish it was still here.
The celebrations at Bransholme became an emotional farewell at the History Centre, with many of the friends of the nose lamenting its departure from North Point. I returned to North Point after the departure of the nose to see what the atmosphere was like, and also I was hoping to bump into a few friends of the nose. We've come back to see what it's like here now that the gold nose has gone.
I came and, oh, they've gone. This little lad said to me, where's Jade? So I said, she'll have gone to somewhere else now, darling.
Every time we walk by, she goes, oh, can we go see it?
I returned to the History Centre to see the nose, and to speak to the city archivist, Martin Taylor. Martin, after the nose had its time in Bransholme, why was it that you wanted to give it a home here?
Well, I think the nose is such an artefact of mystery and potential importance to the city that we felt it was right to house it here at the History Centre, where we keep so much of the documentary heritage of the city and the local area.
I'm very interested in folklore and in local legends in particular. Do you think that it is something that will live on in the oral history of the area?
Yes, it would be good to think, wouldn't it, that in centuries to come, people on Bransholme and in the city would speak in hushed tones on winter evenings of the gold nose of green ginger.
So the gold nose of green ginger certainly brought excitement and energy to Bransholme while it was there. I think to me, this is the best kind of folklore that we have in these British Isles, the kind of folklore that's rooted in a particular place and that belongs to a particular people, but that still has a mystery about it. And although it didn't grant my wish, the gold nose did grant the wishes of a lot of people that we've talked to. And maybe I should give it another try. I think I'm going to petition the nose one last time before we leave, because there's nothing wrong with believing a little bit.